Welcome back to the channel, guys. I don't really know where to start with this video. I mean, it's obviously going to be about the Mo Salah stuff, guys, that's come out today. So we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about it again on the podcast later on today, 7 o'clock on this channel. Make sure you come on and have a look, guys. Hit the like button, leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts. Question of the video: do you think Salah's going to sign a new contract? I presume. As you can tell, guys, I'm pissed off. I'm well and truly pissed off. I'm sick to death of hearing about this contract situation. It should never have gotten to this point, in fairness. And going off what Mo Salah's saying, it's a money issue again. And we've talked about it on this channel. The money that Liverpool have saved, you know, with Thiago going, Matip going, Bobby Clark, Stefan Bajcetic, Ben Doak going out on loan, you know, they are saving money. Yes, they went and signed Chiesa for 150 grand a week or whatever. They've just signed a new lucrative deal with Adidas as well, which if they are not getting more money from the Adidas deal, why would they leave Nike? So they will be getting more money from the Adidas deal than they were getting from Nike. So again, more money. So if this whole situation regarding Mohamed Salah is about money, I'm sorry, guys, but FSG can go fuck themselves. They well and truly can. Let's have a look at some of the comments then, shall we? Here we go. So here we go. This happened yesterday, guys, after the game, right? So the journalists have been sat on this, yeah? So he was asked if he wanted to stay at the club, and he said, I've been in the club for many years. There's no club like this. I love the fans love me. It is not in my hands or the fans' hands. I'm just doing my best because this is who I am, and I try to give it all for myself and the club. It then goes on to say, well, we're almost in December, and I haven't received any offers yet to stay in the club. I'm probably more out than in. You know, I have been in the club for many years, and there's no club like this, but in the end, it's not in my hands. There is a few other ones as well, which I've not got to show you. I've got the video saved, to be fair, which I might show on the podcast later on tonight if you've not seen it, guys. Melissa Reddy, like, I don't really, give much validity to anything she says, but this here, like, she's right here, basically saying that Mohamed Salah can't be replaced in the algorithm. There is no younger version of him. He is him. What he has done and continues to do can't be filtered down to a shot map, goal contributions or such. His availability, his appetite to better and challenge himself, his physical condition and mental fortitude, what would all of that cost in the market? This is not sentiment, it's reality. Liverpool rely on Salah. He is their banker. He remains the reference point. Liverpool have to be financially savvy, consider the future squad planning and the age profile of the team. But if you're going to bet on anyone, bet on the man who has done it over and over and over again, who prides himself on making extraordinary the norm. She also adds at the end that no offer doesn't mean no discussions. A formal offer is only generally made when terms have been agreed. Salah wants to stay at Liverpool and Liverpool want to keep him. There's some compromise to do from both sides. And I agree with that last bit. 100% I agree with that last bit. That just because he said there's no offer doesn't mean there's no talks, doesn't mean there's no negotiations. But it's the bit that Salah says when he's like, we're almost in December now. Like, what is going on? Like, literally, guys, we are like 35 days away from Mo Salah to be able to go and sign a contract with any foreign club, and Liverpool have lost him for naught. He's probably the best player in the world right now, in all fairness, yeah? I can't think of anybody else. Top 5 leagues, we mentioned it on again, I'm plugging it, the AKM podcast. We mentioned it on there. He was the only player to have hit double figures for goals and assists in all the top 5 leagues in Europe this year. He was the only player to have done it. Not Mo Salah, sorry. James Pearce has also put an article out as well, guys. I won't go over the full thing, but basically he said something along the lines of, the Salah comments have come out at a bad time for the club. Is it put more pressure on the club to get it done because, Salah knows the fans are going to basically turn on them? which, you know, they probably have. But it goes on to say here, it's inconceivable that the ongoing dialogue between Richard Hughes and Rami Abbas hasn't involved positioning expectations setting by both sides. Negotiations essentially involve terms being discussed verbally, which usually leads to the issuing of a formal offer. But yeah, okay, we don't need to know the full fucking process of it. But you've got the man himself basically saying 35 odd days away from being able to sign a contract of anybody else in the world apart from the UK teams, that there's been no fucking offer, guys. Senior Anfield figures who remain anonymous to protect relationships have insisted that Abbas has been positive and is ongoing. Salah's status as the club's highest paid player and Liverpool's need to continue planning for the future means this was always going to be a complex renewal with a swift resolution unlikely. Bollocks. Bollocks, guys. You give him the same terms. As I've mentioned before on the podcast, we have of a club saved about 300 grand, if not more, on players that left this summer, right? You used 150 of it to bring in Chiesa. I understand there's inflation, but you've still got 150 grand there, right? To play with for Trent, for Van Dijk. I already laid it out for you guys. I can't remember exactly what everybody's on, but for Salah, I'd give him what he's on now, but give him 3-year deal or something like that. Maybe give him a bit of a signing on bonus. Trent, I think I would push him up to like 250 or something like that. And then Van Dijk, I'd push him up to 300. And I think if I worked it out right, that would literally be what was left over from the money from the Chiesa that Chiesa took. You know, the 150 grand, the 150 that was left, that would pretty much cover them 3 players, and they'd all get a pay rise apart from obviously Mo Salah. Anyway, goes on to say Liverpool want to keep Salah, but it has to be within a framework that they believe makes sense financially as they seek to use their resources wisely. Hughes had the added complication of trying to agree Van Dijk and Trent simultaneously. Any of those 3 could pen a pre-contract agreement with overseas clubs in 37 days. Yep. What is also clear from an event for a few minutes in Salah's company is that he is desperate to compete for the Europe's biggest prizes. He is fiercely ambitious, and it was telling how quick he swept aside talk of a potential move to Saudi, saying, I don't want to speak about that. Salah was more open when asked about the prospects of emulating Messi and Ronaldo by continuing to rewrite the record books in his mid-30s. He added, I'm very professional, everybody can see my work ethic, and I'm trying to enjoy my football. I will play at the top level as long as possible. The whole team has the chemistry now with the new manager. Hopefully, we keep winning and win something in the end. And then James Pearce adds here that Salah is a keen chess player. Speaking out like he did on Sunday was a bold move. Only time will tell whether it has the impact he desires in the negotiation process. They were the words of a man who wants to stay at Liverpool beyond this season and is trying to get the deal he believes suitably recognizes his enduring status in world game. I can't agree with that. I agree with what James is saying. I really do. But guys, man, honestly, if this all falls apart with them going, it's a money situation, and I don't want to go down the conspiracy route, but if they can't sign Van Dijk, Salah, and Trent, and it's all down to money, I personally believe they're trying to sell the club and they're trying to make the wage bill look a bit better for a potential buyer. Maybe I'm talking shit. Maybe it'd look better if you actually had Salah on the team than it did leaving him. Maybe, but I can't make sense of it, guys. He's one of the world's best players, if not the best player in the world right now, and you're willing to let him go for nothing. Yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about it more later on, guys. Anyway, let me know down below what you think on all of this. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.